Hello friends, welcome to I Learn, I Inspire channel. Let it be any language. If you observe any conversation, most part of our conversations involve various questions. When you learn English and want to converse in English fluently, you need to know how to ask questions. Questions are essential for communicating in English, whether they are for seeking information or requests. Asking questions is a useful skill for almost any situation. It may be at work, at home, in the classroom, at restaurants, while shopping, while out with your friends, etc. So friends, in this video, let us know types of questions and how to form them. There are 5 types of questions: yes/no questions, WH questions, tag questions, indirect questions for being polite, negative questions for confirmation. Now, in this video, we discuss about the first 3 types and we will discuss the last 2 types of questions in my next video. Also, we learn forming questions in different tenses in my next video. Please watch this video completely, and if you like the video, please click on like button and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notified about my new videos. Also, please put the point you like the most in comments. Okay, let us start looking at the question structure. Questions in English follow a clear structure. There are 5 main parts to put in the same order every time when we form a question. Question structure is: first, question word like who, where, when, what, why. These are question words or question phrases: how long, how often, how much, how old, etc. Then auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb means helping verb or modal auxiliary verb. Be, have, do, will, can, etc. Then third, subject. I, you, we, etc. Then main verb. Any action word. Next, object or any other information of the sentence. Now, let us learn how to ask the essential 3 types of questions. First, yes/no questions. This type of questions usually called closed questions. These questions start with an auxiliary verb and get an answer yes or no. Hence, they are called yes/no questions. Now let us learn how to form yes/no questions. The basic structure for yes/no questions has 4 parts: auxiliary verb, subject, main verb, and object or other information of the sentence. Let us have some sentences. She can dance. It is hot today. Ram has got a medal. To change these sentences into yes/no questions, we simply move the auxiliary verb to the beginning. Friends, please remember that we need to move only auxiliary verb of the sentence. When we change these sentences into questions, they look like: can she dance? Is it hot today? Has Ram got a medal? And they get the answers: yes, she can. Yes, it is. No, he hasn't. Let's look at a few more inversions to form yes-no questions. Friends, inversion means changing or reversing the order. Look at these examples. She is sleeping. Is she sleeping? The class is interesting. Is the class interesting? He can cook. Can he cook? In these examples, we move the auxiliary verb to the beginning of the sentence and form the questions. If the sentence has no auxiliary verb and the main verb is not to be, that means if the main verb is not state of being, then we need to put do or does or did at the beginning of the question. Friends, be sure to use the correct tense and form. For example, we use did if the sentence is in the past tense. Look at these examples. These sentences do not have an auxiliary. So, we use do, does, did to form a question. Once we get more practice turning basic sentences into questions, we can directly form the questions. Please look at these examples as well. Now, let us learn second type of questions, that is WH questions. We use WH questions to ask for information. They can be structured to ask any type of information and the possible answers are open-ended. WH questions begin with a WH question word like what, when, where, who, why, and how. Questions that start with a question word are called open questions, and they are the questions that require more information in the answer, not just yes or no. Friends, please note WH question words include whom, whose, which, how many, how much, how long, etc., though they are used less commonly. Please find a quick review of the question words to know when to use them. WH questions are also called information questions. Their structure has 5 parts: question word, auxiliary verb, subject, main verb, and object or other information of the sentence. Examples: what do you want to eat? Where does he go? When can they take a break? And please look at other examples as well. Now, let us know the types of WH questions and how to form them. Friends, there are 2 types of WH questions: subject questions and object questions. To understand better, let us look at these questions and answers. Who bought these flowers? My mom bought these flowers. Whose phone rang? Ram's phone rang. Which group won the match? Various group won the match. So friends, if you observe the answers, my mom, Ram, various group are all subjects, and these are called subject questions which will tell us about the subject. Please note that when question word is a part of the subject, that means when we ask the question to know the subject, we do not use the auxiliary word, but we use the word order subject plus main verb. Please look at these examples. Now, let us know how to form object questions. For a better understanding, please look at these examples and the answers they get. Where do they live? In Delhi. When will the class begin? Next week. Also, Please look at other examples as well. Friends, if you notice closely, the answer we get for these types of questions is the object. These are similar to yes no questions like do they live in Delhi? Will the class begin next week? And the answer we get is yes or no. And only difference you find is missing question word like where, when, what, who. Now, let us learn how we turn a yes no question into an object question. For example, if you want to know whether Rashmi danced in the party on Sunday, we form a yes no question as did Rashmi dance in the party on Sunday? Then we get an answer yes, she did or no, she didn't. Let us identify some objects from the details in the question by forming three different questions. Did Rashmi dance in the party on Sunday? Yes, she did. Now, if you want to make this question as a WH object question, we need to add a question word before the auxiliary did. To know which question word to add, we need to know what information we want to get. Suppose we want to know whether she sang or danced in the party. That is to say, if we want to know what she had done in the party, we can add a question word what. What did Rashmi do in the party on Sunday? And we get the answer she danced in the party. Now suppose we need to know the place of the party, whether at home or wherever. We can add a question word where. Where did Rashmi dance on Sunday? And suppose we need to know when she danced Sunday or other day, we can add a question word when. When did Rashmi dance in the party? If you want, we can shorten these questions like what did Rashmi do in the party? Where did Rashmi dance? When did Rashmi dance? That's fine. Let us now summarize the question structure we learned so far. Friends, please note that if the sentence has no auxiliary verb and the main verb is not talking about state of being, we will need to put do or does at the beginning of the question. Be sure to use the correct tense and form. For example, we use did if the sentence is in the past tense. Example, Ram likes mangoes. In this sentence, there is no auxiliary verb. So, we add auxiliary verb does to form a question. Does Ram like mangoes? Now, let us look at third type of questions, that is asking tag questions. A tag question is used to check or confirm that you understood something correctly. It is also used to confirm whether something you already know or think you know is true. It is simply a sentence with a question tag at the end. Example, the class begins at 9 am, doesn't it? You will finish it today, won't you? Now, let us see how to form a tag question. To form a tag question, you simply add the question tag using the opposite form of the auxiliary verb used in the sentence. So, if the auxiliary verb in the sentence is positive, Example is, we need the negative of it in the tag question, that is not. The structure of tag question is sentence, comma, opposite form of the auxiliary used in the sentence, and subject pronoun with a question mark. Please look at these examples. For a positive statement, a negative tag, and for a negative statement, a positive tag. Friends, please note that when there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence, we use do, does, did in the question tag. Example, Ram likes ice cream. Doesn't he? Friends, now as you got to know how to form questions, it is time to know a very important thing to follow in asking questions, that is intonation. Intonation is the way that your voice rises and falls when you speak. So, the most obvious difference between open and closed questions is the question word, and another noticeable difference is intonation. The intonation of your question depends on the type of question that it is. For closed questions, that is questions with auxiliary verbs, your intonation goes up at the end. Example, do you like ice cream? Open questions that require more information in the answers usually go down in intonation at the end. Example, where do you live? So friends, now I learnt to form questions, but you need to remember to fix the most common grammatical error that happens while forming questions. When you are trying to use questions correctly, please make sure that the subject and the auxiliary verb match. When you are using an auxiliary verb in questions and in regular sentences too, your main verb stays in the infinitive form. That means it stays in the base form, and your auxiliary verb needs to change depending on the subject and also the tense. Example, do you live in Hyderabad? Here, the auxiliary verb matches the subject. If the subject changes to he, then you need to change the auxiliary verb to match it. Does he live in Hyderabad? Similarly, please look at these examples. So, the relationship between the auxiliary verb and the subject is the one you need to pay close attention to. Friends, let us do a small exercise for practice. Remember, the more you practice, the easier and more familiar it will be to form questions. Please fill the right question word in the blanks, and please put your answers in the comments. Thank you.